Today I'm going to talk about something really interesting, probably with how detail-oriented and over-analytical that I am as a coach and person. Most people wouldn't really think about this, but we're going to talk about a very micro aspect of the form and your body just before, at, and after contact. So when you go to swing, a lot of people, what I see is they're keeping their plant knee locked, okay? So try to think about this here. If I'm going to try to strike this ball and the ball is at a certain height, the sweet spot's at a set position after the guy holds the ball for me, if I keep this leg locked, what tends to happen is it's keeping my body taller than we want to be naturally on the swing without thinking too much about it. So if this is up here, a lot of times I'm going to catch too high on the ball. So what I like to say is that you should have just a slight cushion of your knee, okay? So if this is bent naturally, you can watch any soccer player, professional kicker, punter, whatever, any athletic skill where you're going to swing your leg, you have to have some bend or you're going to have a couple problems. One, when you plant, you're going to risk the chance of having patellar tendonitis. So that's the repetitive motion of hitting your foot into the ground and it's sending up jolts up your leg. So that's one reason. Two, it's just going to hurt if you plant like this. Three, someone comes in, could hit your leg, break your leg. And then the fourth reason, which we're talking about today from a technical standpoint, is if this leg is too locked here, when I go to swing, I'm going to have a really difficult chance of getting my foot low enough to strike the sweet spot on the ball. So what I would like you guys to do, if you have this issue where your leg is too locked, I would work on getting just a little cushion here. You don't have to go crazy, then you start losing power if you're too low, but have a little cushion and work on when you swing to make sure your kicking foot is lining up to where you want it to, okay? So if you swing and you're here and your kicking foot goes too high on the ball, a lot of times you're going to catch it off the toe or on the instep of your foot, and you're just not going to get that thump or that bass sound. You want to really hit through the ball and make sure you're striking low enough on it. So if you have a problem where when you kick it, your ball is sort of wobbly, it's not coming out like a true end over end, but maybe sort of like that, there's several other reasons that could be happening, but one could be that you're just striking a little too high on the ball. So I would work on doing things that's going to allow you to make impact slightly lower to create that nice, slow end over end straight rotation where you see laces, ball, laces. Watch most NFL kickers when they kick it, they're getting no rotation to the side as it spins. It's going to be almost a perfect laces, ball, laces, ball. It's hard to do for an amateur or a rookie or high school kicker, but once you progress and get better as a kicker, eventually you'll start hitting it where you see laces, ball, laces, ball. Initially, you'll probably see a lot of kicks where they go like that. As long as they're not going like that, that's okay. So again, making sure that when we swing and when we go to plant, that we're getting a little shock absorption to prevent injury, prevent someone coming in and breaking your leg, and more importantly, like we're talking about from a fundamental aspect today, is being able to sweep that leg low enough. So if I had an arc here, a drawn in arc line, there's a certain swing path that you have to have. So your foot goes down, it gets to the bottom of the arc, then it comes back up. If this is too locked, what's going to happen is when you sweep through, this foot is going to be too high and you're not going to be able to get that slight graze of grass. So if you hit it off the ground with no tee or block, you should hear a light sweep of the grass when you're doing a dry swing without a ball. So that's normal. As you go up in your block size, you don't really want to catch the ground, but we go more into that at our camps and private lessons and in my DVD. So in summary, have some cushion to your plant knee. It's gonna help you in the long run. And make sure when you swing that you're getting this kicking foot to make contact on the ball low enough so you can get the ball. Don't ever try to scoop it, flick it, manipulate your foot. We'll talk about that in another video, but flicking, cupping, scooping, wrapping, curling, all of those words are terrible for kicking. So trust your swing, get to the sweet spot and swing through and a little bit up on the ball, but not cupping it. So just swing right through the ball and it's gonna go with that correct end over end as long as you hit at the right spot. But again, if you're up here, you're gonna get a ball that sort of rotates spirally or like a helicopter. So I hope that helps you. And for more tips, check out our blog, kickingworld.com/blog. Be sure you're following our Instagram, Twitter, Snap, Facebook, and sign up for a camp. All of our camp dates are right on our website. Hope to see you guys soon at camp.